The world is approaching a tipping point. The point where technology is accelerating faster than we can manage the rate of change. If we don't fundamentally change how we educate our youth, here's what our world could look like only 20 years from now. The date is February 9th, 2039. Your child is now in their mid-30s. Rapid advances in technology have decimated the job market, leaving millions underemployed and trapped in an ever-increasing wealth disparity gap. Good-paying, middle-class jobs, such as medical, legal, and accounting, have been replaced by algorithms. It is now illegal to drive. All manufacturing jobs have been outsourced to automation. Even coding, once thought to be the job of the future, has been replaced by computers that code faster than any human in history. Billions live under the poverty line. There is war, famine, and environmental disasters have displaced hundreds of millions. This is not science fiction. This is the world that could await us only 20 years from now. But there's hope. And that hope comes in the form of an idea that I want to share with you today. The idea is to design a new education system that would supplement the current systems in their transactional skill sets of math, geography, science, history, and instead focus on transformative mindsets. Gratitude, the ability to understand and appreciate your circumstances. Mentorship, the exchange of experience. And purpose, your personal guiding light. You see, the current education system was designed for linear growth. Students learn at a set pace, teachers teach at that pace, and the administrators do everything in their power to maintain the status quo. The current system never contemplated the disruption that will be caused by exponential growth. We are entering the exponential phase of humanity, where the rate of change will soon outpace that of which our systems can handle, creating a system that will be obsolete within the next 20 years. By one estimate, 65% of grade 1 children will end up working in jobs that don't yet exist. And yet, in an age of instant information, we are still teaching our children in the same classrooms we did 100 years ago. Here are classrooms in America, India, China, Canada. Hasn't changed in 100 years. And if you don't believe me, here's a classroom from the 1800s. It's basically a one-size-fits-all system. Every student takes the same classes, takes the same tests, they're all graded the same way. We have literally created an assembly line from kindergarten right through to university. So how then do we create a system that enables creativity while reinforcing the success mindsets at a global scale? The answer? Technology. By enabling technologies such as artificial intelligence, 5G, virtual and augmented reality, quantum computing, and blockchain, we can solve the greatest existential risk ever faced by humanity: inadequate education. So why does this matter to me? I'm an entrepreneur at heart, and in 2010, I saw a DJ playing on a piece of glass floating in midair, and I said, man, that's it, I want to do that. I found the inventor, a savant coder named Pablo Martin, and together we built the world's first multi-touch MIDI controller emulator. We leveraged everything we had to build a new system for the world. We even launched it at a TEDx event in 2010. Over 5 years of literal blood, sweat, and tears, we built a great product and a globally recognized brand. In 2015, we were offered a $500,000 deal on Dragon's Den. We had already accepted another offer with another investor. I had thought I had found my purpose, but I wasn't aware that I was about to learn a lesson that school definitely didn't teach me. The day the Dragon's Den episode aired, the investor fired my wife and co-founder from our own company. For the next 6 months, we watched in horror as the investor systematically stole our company right from under us. To make things worse, we had borrowed money against the company, against our house. We lost our house, We lost everything. We were homeless. But it wasn't losing the material things. It was the time I spent away from my kids and my family, missing birthdays, missing recitals, missing them grow up with absolutely nothing to show for it. That was the worst thing about losing everything. I'm not sharing this with you to make you feel sorry for me. In fact, this was probably the best thing that could have ever happened to me. This allowed me the time to realize my true purpose of creating a new education system, one that would prepare children for the real world. This purpose was inspired by my two children, Abby and Holly, who are in the crowd today. Hi, girls. After attending Inventors Camp, Abby came home one day and said, "Mom, you have ugly sandal tans. It would be much prettier with a heart-shaped tan line instead." And that's how her company, the Love Sandal, was born. Well, it was a little bit more than that. I dedicated my time, knowledge, and experience to teach her things about marketing, sales, financial management, entrepreneurship. We endeavored to give her the transformative mindsets of gratitude, mentorship, and purpose. Armed with these skill sets, Abby went on to win top 20 under 20 when she was only 10 years old. She was the youngest member ever accepted to the Ryerson Digital Media Zone. She was mentored by the president of Aldo, and she even had a booth at the world's largest shoe show in Las Vegas. Little did Abby know that in her successes lied my true purpose and mission: to inspire and educate future leaders to think and act in a socially, economically, and environmentally sustainable way. We can instill these success mindset principles for every child everywhere. But how? Raise your hand if you have a Netflix account. Everybody. Did you know that Netflix uses artificial intelligence algorithms to give you better movies to watch? Yeah. The more you watch, the better your programming gets. So if Netflix can use AI to give us better movies to watch, why can't we do this for education? Did you also know that in 2000, Netflix offered to sell their company to Blockbuster for $50 million? Blockbuster laughed them out of the room. Today, Netflix is worth $150 billion. And Blockbuster? Sending your kids to the current education system in 20 years from now will be like driving to Blockbuster to rent a VHS tape. It'll be ridiculous, obsolete. And don't forget to rewind. Companies today have realized the need to transform, to be agile, and to personalize their services to their customers. So even if you think that the current education system is there to serve the needs of your children by preparing them for the workforce of tomorrow, it won't even do that. I'm going to now use an augmented reality mind map to illustrate some of the life lessons that I feel are going to be fundamental to success as we enter into the exponential age of humanity. All right, let's see if this works. All right. Can you see it there? There we go. Creative problem solving, entrepreneurship, coding, communication, technology, social media, perseverance, gratitude, meditation, positivity, persistence, purpose, teamwork, mentorship, tribe building, leadership, listening, respect, negotiations, social impact, philanthropy, creative problem solving, ethics, empathy, environmental analysis, environmental sustainability, global manufacturing and distribution, accountability and clean energy, financial management, economic responsibility, accounting and business planning, and of course investing. These are the skills that I feel are fundamental to the success of every human as we move forward into the age of exponential growth. By using technologies such as virtual and augmented reality, we can deliver the missing link to education so that our story goes like this. The date is February 9th, 2039. Your child is now in their mid-30s. Unlimited renewable power, global 5G internet, and molecular genetics have given every human on Earth the ability to live well within the UN sustainability goals. Billions benefit from unlimited free education. Redistribution of global wealth has been achieved through the transparency of blockchain and the philanthropy of the world's greatest leaders. By moving from what job do you want to do to what problem do you want to solve, the success mindset of a generation has been unleashed. The world is a utopia and is possible if we act fast. By creating a new model for global education, we will have unlocked the future we all dream of. This is why I am dedicating the rest of my life and 25% of the equity in my company to using every piece of technology we have in the world to unleash the greatest potential in human history. I hope you'll join me on my mission to inspire and educate the next generation of young entrepreneurs and dreamers to think and act in a socially, economically, and environmentally sustainable way, and to instill upon the next generations gratitude, mentorship, and purpose. It is through this that we can design tomorrow together. Thank you.